Biden is imploding as Trumpology triumphs over America. We're going to see the latest in Biden's disastrous polling. We're going to see how pundits are talking about the return of Trump. But more than that, we're going to see how what one pundit calls Trumpology has triumphed over the American electorate. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve with you. Patriots all across the globe. Great to be with you. As always, make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. And also make sure to click on that link below to get some of our best Patriot merch and gear out there. This is a great way to both support this channel and spread Patriot hope far and wide. These designs are punchy and fun, but they're not all going to last for long. So make sure to click on that link below. Grab one for yourself. Grab one for the Patriots in your life. Or you can simply go to store.turleytalks.com. That is store.turleytalks.com. All right, let's dive right in here. Victor Davis Hanson has a great piece out simply entitled Trumpology. And basically, it's a study on how America First Trumpism is not only taken over the Republican Party, or better, is taking over the party, particularly through a number of the primaries, but also how Trumpism is taking over the nation as a whole. And this takeover is being radically bolstered by bumbling Biden's political implosion. The latest polls out just continue to show how dire things are for Biden and the Democrats. According to the latest Civics poll, Biden's approval rating is a dismal 34% overall. Among independents, he's collapsed to just 22%. In Georgia, he's at 30%. Arizona, 33%, Nevada 34%, Pennsylvania 33%, Wisconsin 35%, Michigan 36%, New Hampshire 37%. In every state that Biden would need to pull off a win in 2024, he's polling in the low or mid 30s. That's about as bad as it gets, and we all know why. I mean, even CNN is admitting that Biden's net approval rating on the economy is the lowest of any sitting president in the last 40 years. Gas prices are now double what they were this time last year, and they were already going up at that point to add insult to injury. So we got record inflation, we got record gas prices, we got an unprecedented baby formula shortage. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't know, take a look at what's approaching our border. Yes, they're estimating upwards of 15,000 migrants are on their way to our southern border because they know good old Uncle Joe is going to roll out the red carpet for them. We continue to see fallout from the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal. And frankly, despite the best efforts by the propagandists and the lamestream media, Russia is decisively accomplishing everything it wants in Ukraine and then some. So this is about as disastrous a regime as you can get. And so what Victor Davis Hanson argues here is that the bumbling Biden administration is doing far more than setting the stage for the return of Trump. They are in point of fact making converts of more and more voters who want to return to the days of secure borders, energy independence, deregulation, an end to endless foreign wars, and a populist middle-class nationalism, and an effective deterrence against China. Now, this is clearly the paradigm, this America First paradigm, that is taking over the Republican Party. For the exception of a few strange endorsements, Trump's endorsements have been enormously successful and faithful, as much as the lamestream leftist media is doing everything it can to play them down. And given the red wave that's on the horizon for the midterms, we should be looking at the most populist government in Congress since the 1920s. And what this will do is it will only further the trajectory of the electorate to more and more embrace America First nationalist populism. And we've got some polling on that. It really is very insightful. It's a bit on the older side of things. It's from a couple of years back. But what it indicates is that when voters experience the kind of America envisioned by Trumpism, right? Strong, secure borders, low taxes, energy independence, an end to being the world's policeman, right? Effectively deterring China, this kind of thing. Voters were very enamored with such domestic and international policies. A rather extensive Harvard-Harris poll that sampled nearly 2,000 registered voters, so we're talking Republicans, Democrats, and independents. This study found that basically 3 in 4 voters evidenced political loyalties and sentiments characteristic of President Trump's nationalist, populist, America First platform and agenda. So, for example, when it came to immigration, voters were asked if they would be more or less likely to support a candidate who said we have a moral duty to create an immigration system that protects the lives and jobs of our citizens. That's a direct quote from President Trump from one of his State of the Union addresses. In total, an astonishing 75% of all voters said they would be more likely to support a candidate who supported that position, which broke down to about 88% Republicans, 75% independent swing voters, and of course, over 90% Trump supporters. They all said that they would be more likely to support a candidate who believed that it was our moral duty to create an immigration system that protects the lives and jobs of our citizens. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because when you break down that answer along racial lines, while the vast majority of white Americans, 79%, want an immigration system that benefited American citizens rather than foreign nationals, it was almost as high for black Americans. 75% of blacks want an America First, nationalist, populist border security. So we can see an America First inclination even among one of these key constituents of the Democratic Party. When it came to trade, a total of 65% of voters, a supermajority, said they would be more likely to support candidates who wanted to put tariffs on China, just as President Trump did during his presidency. And again, in terms of its breakdown, this economic nationalist policy platform on trade garnered support from 87% Republicans, 61% of independent swing voters, and over 90% of Trump supporters. When it came to foreign policy, roughly 84% of Republicans, 60% of Democrats, and 76% of independents said they would be more likely to support a candidate that opposes endless foreign wars. This anti-war platform is the most popular among conservative voters, 84% of whom said they would be more likely to support a candidate that talks like Trump on foreign policy. And then again, an astonishing 70% of all voters are more likely to support a candidate that wants to pull American troops out of Syria and Afghanistan, just as President Trump ordered. And so what Victor Davis Hanson is arguing here is that the sentiments captured by this Harvard-Harris poll a couple of years back are reawakening with the implosion of the bumbling Biden regime. And as such, Biden is in effect setting the stage not just for the return of Trump, but the return of Trumpism, America First Trumpism, for the foreseeable future. And that's why we may be seeing, again, May, we'll see how it plays out, but this is why we may be seeing nothing less than a red tsunami come this November in the midterms. We may be seeing a populist uprising that may make the Trump revolution back in 2016 look tame by comparison. Now, before we go, you will definitely want to check out my latest video, but also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But also check out my latest video I just uploaded on why the latest Peter Navarro arrest will destroy the political class. You're not going to want to miss that. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.